Oh, the creaking of the chair. How do we sound today? Oh, the creaking of the chair. Hola, Rudy. Hola, Zara. Come on, friends. Good morning. Buenos dias. Good afternoon. Guess who didn't unlock the Allied Society on 3 fucking characters? It's me. I'm the one who didn't do it. Daily affirmation. Let's go, Ashley. See what we got for today. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully you had a good night. Thank you for not judging me out loud. I mean, I don't care if people judge me. I don't know at what point, at what age, early 30s, I stopped just, I don't give a shit what people think. I think it was, and look, I come from a massive city. I come from Los Angeles. So I've always been exposed to large amounts of folks, and just which inevitably equates to I've been exposed to a large amount of stupidity. So might have been even early 20s. I just finished putting mulch in the garden. Nice. Was it a lot of mulch? We have to clean out our gardens. Actually, we have so much to tear up because we have a lot of goldenrod and a lot of other plants that we don't want. That we inherited from the owner. We've only been here for like 2 years, so we're still seeing what we have plant-wise. And I might have to sand and mulch large areas just to kill off super invasive plants that we don't want. Goldenrod is easy. I just need to wait 6 weeks for my core to recover from surgery, and then I have a rather large metal pickaxe. So I'm just gonna go through and dig up all that goldenrod, and try to maybe sand and newspaper and mulch it all over, and then just next year or the year after that, try regrowing things that we want. And we want obviously pollinator friendly plants. We want pretty flowers. We want all that good stuff. So hopefully your gardening wasn't too bad. Should try to sell the goldenrod. I mean, maybe. One thing we were talking about, Cowie, when she went to the local arborist or whatever plant place. I love this plant so much. Can I get these? It's a fern. I love ferns. They're selling maple trees for like $250 a pop, and I'm like, I have to cut down so many fucking maple trees just based on freaking growth from our one maple tree. So maybe we should do that instead. Hola Ava, good morning, Miss Moxie. What'd it do? But yeah, the goldenrod is just the issue with it. The reason why we're trying to get rid of it is not because we hate goldenrod. It's a pretty plant. It's fine. It puts out so much pollen, and Kawie's allergic to. She has allergies, so trying to reduce even a tiny bit the amount of pollen that we have here that we're producing personally. The Moxie mount was a choice, and $24 one. Is that the head mount? What's going on, Sander? Welcome on in. Being annoying at wheezing. How are you, Solu? Being annoying by grunting every time I move. Let's be annoying together, Ava. When Sugar Maple is looking a little rough. Oh, that sucks. Hopefully it recovers. But yeah, no, I was a dumb bitch. I didn't do my blue quest, so guess who's doing blue quest to get to the Allied Society? It's not very long process, especially if you're, here it goes. No, stop cutting off the song. Thank you. Hopefully it recovers. I mean, it's always hard to tell, right? The maple tree we have is a big old, very old tree in the front of the yard, which provides a good amount of shade. But it also provides a good amount of little maple babby trees. It's a red maple leaf tree, I think. It's very pretty. The leaves it drops are like purplish red. I like that tree a lot. Sugar maple is old. It was put in around the same time as when our house was built back in 48. Gotcha. I mean, they go through cycles, right? Hola, Finny. They go through cycles, so hopefully this is just a down cycle and it recovers. But, you know, with weather and climate change coming at us very fast, very rapidly, it's hard to say these days. Some of our flowers, like the forget-me-nots that I posted a picture of in Solo Cord, they've gone from blue to pink, which is pretty because now we have these very pretty blue-pink flowers. But the reason for that is the change in acidity in the soil causes them to go even more pink. So something's happened in our rain, in our water, in our soil to start to change that. It's not necessarily a bad thing, and it goes through cycles again, but it's one of those things that it's just like, how's that going to affect other stuff around us, our trees and everything? Have you been to the cold? I haven't yet at all, Ava. I haven't unlocked it. I am fatigued. I'm hurting pretty badly, tired wise, not pain wise. Pain wise I'm okay. Today's a good pain day. Today's a good mobility day. But hola Ray, buenos dias. But the big EP's up on me, man. I didn't want to get up. I did, but I didn't want to. It's owned by the city, so we can't. Oh, you can't really touch it. Well, that sucks. That sucks. Well, I mean, technically you can touch it, Ashley Rose. You just can't get caught. just don't get caught. I haven't been at all, Ava. I'm going to be going in shortly. I just want to unlock this on Fu. I already missed startup on Fu and Raijin, but not on Harley. Harley's gotten her 2 sets done, so she is on her way towards the forgetting to do it on 1 day or 2 days, and then not reaching the cap and coming up short despite the early start, as is tradition. I like this NPC though. I like that there's a story here. I read part of it as I was doing the thing with Harley and unlocking it this morning. They're a good dude. Good dude. The dead branches that need cut are taller than our that they can reach. Yeah, well, no, I mean that would do it, right? That would do it, unfortunately. Also, our cucumber plant that Mimi got me has grown about 6 inches in a week. That dude's gonna be running out of pot real soon, apparently. Jesus. But I think my tomato growing might not be happening this year, which is sad times because I wanted tomatoes. Did she just say kill him? Let's go back here. Just a couple of Hrothgars. Hrothing. And Garing as they do. Oh, knock him out. Okay. Okay, listen. Big Tiger Daddy's got to rustle. That's just the way it is. But yeah, so we're just gonna vibe. I'm gonna be obviously a little bit, well, excuse me, low energy. But that's just par for the course. That's just part of getting cut up. I was thinking give XP to anybody. I don't have anybody in the 90s. Paladin's close, but gross. Paladin. A hunter's dream. But yeah, I'll be into the Ocular Crescent soon. If you didn't do the Allied Society, it does start in Yaktel. If you didn't do the pre-quest, there's a pre-quest right here and up here. They're blue quests, so they stand out. I got home, did my Allied quest, held the brand, and started the Crescent, but I soon fell to the big EP. The big EP. but made sure to wake up for stream. Well, you know what? I appreciate that. But no, the big EP is upon us, Zara. It's just one of those days. It's just a sleepy day. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how we do. I believe the core group of friends are about to hit 10, or we're at least level 9 last time I checked on to see Franco. Oh wow, Franco's already level 10 and a chemist. There you go. Chemist Franco. Hopefully it's been enjoyable. Alright, where are we going? Oh, we're going over to the west. East. That's my other west. But yeah, so we'll just do that and we'll hang out and we'll see what we can get up to Hola Rosa and see where we can go and all that. I looked up the XP things and all that. So I now know what it do, so that's fine. I'll go in there on White Mage. You can apparently go in solo and do solo things, so that'll be fun. And if anybody else is within 3 levels, you're welcome to join me. That's ain't too much. Hildebrand was once again... Oh, was it very good? Okay, good. I'm glad. What's going on, Christopher? I am glad, sir, that it's actually good. Last Hildebrand was pretty solid. So I'm excited to see... what they get up to. In fact, I would advise Solu against doing it so that he doesn't hurt his gut. Okay. I'll do it in a couple of weeks. Zara. Thank you for the heads up. Yeah, but the level sync option it's not great for the people that sync down. I looked that up. And then Hildebrand, yeah, the recovery's going okay, Chris. It's going actually pretty great. Today's good for mobility, good for everything. So, except for sleep, short on sleep, but recovery's going apace. Mobility is actually pretty high, so that's good. I'm not testing it. I'm not going out of my way of moving around. So when the minimal movements that I am doing, getting in and out of bed, getting up and down out of seating positions. Mobility is better today. Jury Delay say, yeah, okay, apparently it's very good, Ava. Haven't logged in yet. I'm tired because I woke up at ass o'clock. With the nosebleed. Oh no! So your day ended before it. Oh, I'm sorry, Ray. Mira, you gotta get that rest. Understandable. Understandable, but brutal. No, it's a basket. It's an invasive basket. You're level 6 in OC so far. Nice. Are you enjoying it, Christopher? You went there for Eureka, right? So this is like your first Eureka-like swing at content in that regard. Unfortunately, the Hungy does override the EP. But then you get into a food coma, and then you get a good nap in sometimes. First current for sure? Okay, gotcha. Well, hopefully you're enjoying it. Hopefully it's a lot of fun. I don't know what the systems are like. I don't know. Obviously, I read the patch notes. I went through and actually read patch notes for once. You've gone to Eureka Zone 3. Okay. Oh, shit, lights. You right, Azim. Thank you for that reading. Redux our proper grind this time. How bad is it, Sandra? How bad is it? I would say that the new hairstyle is probably not their best. You know what? There's some people who like super short hair like that, and bless them. I guess they need some fan service as well. In Bozia, I am level 2 or 3, so I have surpassed that. Very good. Very good. Need 6 types of crystals, 3 of each. Oh. Are these dropped in zone, or are we doing Crystal Tower again? Calling my skin. This cut it will not heal. Let's see, Indone, and yeah, let's see. Wait, but Sander, I said I wanted to do every single relic. Is that for every single starting step, or is that just for the initial one for the quest? Let's see, the crystals can be farmed in non-trail zoned and in Oculent Crescent. Gotcha. Here we go. You know what? I don't have time to be edgy when I got this song in my ears. Just let the wind instrument take you away. So right, it just seems to be the unlock. I have not gotten far enough. Gotcha. Okay. Keep me updated. I'd like to know more about how that works. I'm assuming that the fuck you stage will be gathering light for each relic. I'm not sure we're doing it at this level or like gathering's gonna be for later on. But noted. Alright. Let's go over here. Yay, it's unlocked. Well, it's not unlocked. Doing those two quest chains unlocks another quest chain, and then you do that quest chain, and that unlocks the Allied Society. And you also get a music scroll out of it, by the way. The 7.35 augment stage for this relic? Probably. Fuck. Why did it cut off the best part? Son of a bitch. I mean, I'm the one who clicked the button, so it's on me, but still. They probably want the Dawn Trail zones populated more than Oculus Crescent because OC is going to be populated plenty. Yeah, 2 types and 2 and 3 each. Gotcha. RNG? That's the name of the expansion. They're going to add a lot of RNG. It's like fucking World of Warcraft out here with the level of RNG I'm looking at with everything. Oh, sneaky music. Hola, Wolfie. How's it going, Wolfie? Are you level capped in OC? When I read RNG on the Dawn Trail Faith drops, rate is ARR at my level. Don't you say that to me. Don't you come into my chat and tell me that's equivalent to ARR at my levels. Your time age. Do. And congratulations, Wolfie. Alright, let's go over here. What do we have? Nope, it's over here. You're blasting comments? I'll blast your comment. I don't know what that means. Also, I like how they nerfed the A1 missions, by the way, on the moon. In case you're wondering. They adjusted them to be easier. So I'll have to test that at some point to see what the XP is like on those for grinding to 500,000 points each. Oh, they changed the old map? Yeah, down to 2,400 points. That's probably the best change for Frontlines. The new old map isn't fucking torture. Well, it's still torture because it sucks. But it's now 2,400 points instead of 3,000 points. And they changed some of the point scaling and all that. So it should be a much faster inline process instead of a fucking 20-minute ordeal. Oh, they reduced the point gain by a third. I mean, so that's fine. Point gain still happens rather quickly. The 3K mark was still a lot. Okay, but why didn't they do it for Shatter 2? They did it once already for Shatter. I'm not saying Shatter couldn't be reduced even further. But I dislike Shatter. You're level 8, very nice. We'll see how much the point accumulation change actually affects it, but just bringing it down 600 points is already a good chunk. Shatter just prevents combat? Yeah. Yep. That's what it amounts to. It's already been reduced, I think twice for Shatter, because they decided to put PvE in it for whatever stupid fucking reason. They reduced the point gain from everything except for holding the outer bases, which is what people focus on anyway. Okay. So... So all their changes where they went around to make it be this super you want to go everywhere, you want to do everything and get all the things. They spent 2 years doing that, and then they just lowered it and made it to what the game has always been because of how it's designed, that the outer bases are where people are going and staying. Jesus fucking Christ, they can't get out of their own way sometimes. 2 years to just... That's hilarious. KO now gets 10 points instead of 15. Okay. Okay. I mean, that'll slow things down a little bit, right? That'll even it. It'll still be, obviously, relatively... It'll still be faster. It's just not going to be, you know, mega zoomies. Alright, finally. Allied Society. We can't change jobs at this time. All my gatherers and all 3 characters are all level 100, so I'm here for the mount, the vanity items. Cultivating Hope. Gotolja fidgets anxiously. What's going on, Gotolja? Fu, it's nice to see you. Do you have a moment? This may not come as a surprise since you personally helped negotiate our import of foreign crops. But a researcher has recently arrived from Charlayan. I have a mind to go and pay my respects, but... Well, I know little about Charlayans, and I'm worried I'll cause offense. Could you come along? If only for my peace of mind. By the way, if you're into Cutie Al-Raz, if this is of interest to you, my thanks. Her name is Anger, and she should be in the southern district of the city. I really like her model for Angier. I'm sure it's not Anger. I just don't know how to pronounce it. I think it doesn't make it faster or slower, but reduces the amount of variance in clear time. You're probably right, Sander. Hello. She's super pretty. I wish they unlocked the horns from the faces for Al-Raz still to this day. I want nothing more for Al-Raz than just... I know it's not going to happen. But please, that face with some of the other horns... Hello there, may I be of assistance? And I'm Gotolja, former mercenary. Now I fashion whatever odds and ends need making. The autarch says you've come to oversee the growth of new crops here in Mamuk, so we wanted to express our gratitude. It's very kind of you. My name is Anger, and it's my pleasure to be at your service. Major skills actually, yeah, they need to give them more variety. When I first heard my assignment, I was intrigued. A forest dominated by the etheric influence of meteorites. Rest assured, we shall soon have an experimental granary up and running. New crops will flourish here, this I promise. Unlock horns to make the inverted all-round option? That'd be nice. Indeed, my chief concern at the moment is not one of potential, but one of manpower. Mamuk is rather sparse in population, is it not? Yes, most of our able-bodied workers have left, either to become mercenaries or for other reasons. I myself would be glad to help, but I doubt one extra body will count for much. You should use wyvers. Put to the right use, our wyvers can solve about any problem. I love that outfit for them, by the way. Revolja, how many years has it been? I thought you had moved to Leolanda for good. When I heard change was in the air for Mamuk, I had to come and see it for myself. Using wyvers sounds like an excellent idea. We could hitch them to plows, have them cart heavy equipment. All we need now is someone willing to gather extra materials we require. I know a few gatherers, but most are gathering on in years. We'll have to find an adventurous soul. If only there were an adventurer nearby. An adventurous soul if you need anything more than local mushrooms or the odd medicinal herb. Everyone looks at the warrior light. Yup. I handle beasts, not ore and timber. You? I'm an adventurous gatherer. Leave it to me. For the right price, I'll handle just about anything. It's true. It's true. Just about anything in regards to adventuring, right? Then it's settled. You will be compensated, I promise. Point to self. I look forward to working with you, friend. Not your friend, pal. Fu, Revolja, you both have my thanks. Think nothing of it. I'll gather what wyver handlers I can find and explain the situation. I'm sure they'll be happy to help as well. Fu, would you mind going with Revolja? He's a good lad, but he gets ahead of himself sometimes. You've more than proven your talent for communication, so if he's struggling to make his point, lend him a hand, would you? Nods. Okay. Also, the OC is your worst nightmare. Why so, Wolfie? Go on. Ready Potter demand? Yeah, I fucking read the patch notes. I have to buy elixirs and carrots apparently in order to get my bunny treasure. Have you seen the stupid fucking achievements for this, by the way? Open 1,000 treasure coffers revealed to you by happy bunnies. You can be Bunny Blessed though. That's a pretty good title. Bunny Blessed. So here's how this works. If you didn't read the, correct me if I'm wrong, obviously. When you can get a chance to get a pot, and from the pot there's a chance to get a bunny, so it's double RNG, right? RNG to get a pot to begin with, and then RNG to get a carrot from the thing. And then if somebody gets a treasure chest at the spot where your bunny takes you, you have to go somewhere else because that treasure is already taken. So you can get taken somewhere and it's already gone. So that's great. Any carrots for bunnies from treasure coffers you find randomly. Gotcha. Ew, yeah, it's pretty ew. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty ew. Persistent Pal's good. It's a decent title. I wouldn't wear it myself. Queen Among Castaways. Wolfie, do you have this title already? I opened 5,000 treasure coffers found during your excursions on the occult Crescent. A queen among castaways. Dead Man's Tale. I'm going after this one, which I'm going after the White Mage so I can res dead ass people. Overemployed is a good title. Warrior of Light certainly deserves that title of Overemployed for for mastering 10 phantom jobs, whatever that means, mastering. And then do the raid 100 times, so. Oh, big gun. You got the mount? Nice, congrats. How'd you get it? As I've been saying, wyverns are the answer. But ours are specifically trained for combat. How do you reckon they'd help with farming? They're beasts of burden. Random silver chest out in the overworld. Gotcha. So, okay, well. That's one word. Maybe they don't... It's kind of weird that they would take Bozia loot and put it into... Weird. Oh, Fu, perfect timing. Tell them one wyver is worth at least 10 men on the field, won't you? Alright. Your friend got Gabriel. Really, Gabriel? Jeez, those markets gonna crash. My precious wyver only smashes things. I'd love to be of service, but if my darling can't smash something to bits, then I'm afraid we're at an impasse. How about smashing rocks, Fu? That sounds, well, smashing. Leave it to me and my wyver. We'll have the garden beds free of obstructions in a blink. Jesus Christ. That's not even ESL. That's just, we'll see how long I can go. I got a freaking really a Pago Strickland? Okay. Fucking, that was a choice as well. What does he expect our wyvers to do exactly? Hoe with their horns? I mean, I'm hoeing all the time and I don't even have horns. Gatolja will outfit them with farming equipment. Yeah, farming equipment, friend. Oh, that makes far more sense. I can trust Gotolja's handiwork, so count me in. Oh, big gun. Believe me, we all want new crops here in Mamuk. I'm happy to help. I just want to know how a wyver trained in battle could be useful. To haul heavy equipment or pull our plows. I see, a wyver with the strength for combat should have no problems with that. Very well, the both of us will be over presently. Wonder what old extreme weapons? Yeah, seriously, who knows what else? I mean... That was incredible. You convinced them all to help just like that. Now, there's one last person I think we need. His name is Kagilja, and he's a Najul, Jatika, banana farmer. We can trust his expertise. Alright, let's go talk to the banana farmer. None of these people know how to think. None of people just, you had me, none of these people know how to think, right? I mean, surely considering, I mean, I guess banana farming here is done via trees, right? They're not exactly hoeing the land the way traditional ground-based plant farmers would. Hades crafted weapons to ruin an... That'd be great, actually. That or they'll put them in the new deep dungeon. Oh man, Titania too. You're part of the third promise's retinue, weren't you? What brings you here now? And with Dravulja of all people. We just met actually. A researcher from afar is beginning work on a granary here, and we're both lending a hand. I was hoping you might help us out as well, knowing as much as you do about farming in these forests. Oh, no? You think I'd aid a trader who abandoned his homeland for the comforts of... Oh my god! Fucking boomer. Oh, I get enough of this shit IRL. Okay, sure. You think I need aid a trader who abandoned his homeland for the comforts of Tulialal? He gets the whiny voice. The look on your face, oh, he's kidding. Why'd I get baited like that? I'm kidding. Although it's in great part thanks to this woman here that such words can be said in jest. Much has changed for Mamuk. Oh wait, so because of me, they learned how to talk shit? You know what? I did them a service. You're welcome. If my best friend has finally come home, I'd be a fool to refuse his pleas. Oh, you made him feel bad, you dickhead. Joking aside, your words didn't ring hollow, Kukilja. To many, I was a traitor to everything Mamuk once stood for. A traitor to my friend for never writing. What's going on, Beta? It broke my heart to leave, but I couldn't stand the zealotry of blessed siblings. Now that the old teachings have been left in the past, I want to do everything I can for Mamuk's future. Thank you, Kukilja, for your forgiveness. I hope that you, Fu, and I can help find a new way forward. Oh, you mean all the baby killing upset him and made him leave the village? Understandable. Alright, hopefully we have enough people to get started. Let's go and ask Anger if she needs anything else. What'd it do, Beta? Also, my moment of crisis has passed, and I think I'm just gonna get the 9070 XT. I was wavering because of that 4070 Super, but and it's $300 extra for 4070 Ti, so 9070 XT, it seems, is the winner. But I can't find the gigabyte version. Apparently the gigabyte version of the 9070 is pretty solid. Thank you for your aid in recruiting the others. With a handful of wyvers, our worker shortage is now but a trifle. The handlers have their orders, but there's one thing I would ask of you. While fertile, the soil needs some additions to better accommodate the seeds and starters I've brought with me. I think some charcoal should balance out its acidity nicely. Perhaps you could bring some from Shobrit and Cinderfield. I've attained the proper permissions from Ikbrash and gathered from the Utomu horizon. As long as your work is done respectfully, we have nothing to fear. We'll begin setting up a base of operations in the meantime, so let me know once you've acquired what we need. PS4070 Ti, sure, the box was a little scuffed from the road. Imagine if you try to buy that shit now, Beta. How much is it in the States? For me, it's $1,500. $1,500 for a 4070 Ti. I wonder what is it in the States? I could look it up, but then I have to go to different Amazon and blah 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 blah. Cause you got it for a smooth 500, right? Man. Don't hate the player. No, I'm not hating the player. I'm happy for you, dude. I'm glad you saved that cash. That's a lot of fucking money. Let's see. 4070 Ti. Yeah, I know I'm not looking in the Canadian version. Not even for sale. Not even available. But the 5070 Ti is... How is the 5070 Ti $900? What the shit? Why is this? That's that version though. $1,000 for a 5070 Ti. Uh, 5070 Ti is the cheapest one, which is an Asus one, is $1,350 with GDDR7 graphics. I'm gonna get a base 4070 for $600, and my friend said I got a Ti. We'll give. Yeah, no, absolutely. No, that's. That, look, listen, I had to jump at that too. I don't need 4, I needed 3. I believe that the thing I took away from yesterday's conversation is dodge the 50 series just because it's a little weird right now. So... the fact that the 5070 Ti is cheaper than the 4070 Ti is bonkers to me. Honestly. Needed the cash for doctor bills. Fucking, if that isn't the most United States of America thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. Brutal. But hey, I mean, you both went out in the end, right? So you got the cash, you got the card. They're considered pay to win if I have a enhanced speed mount that is able to outrun mobs that should one shot you. Are we using the motorcycle? Is the Fenrir the vehicle of choice for Oculent Crescent? If it is, I have that mount thanks to beta, so therefore, no. It is not. It's not pay to win, or it's not, doesn't have a boost. Oh. The two-seater one. The two-seater one. You got a 4080 for Christmas? Fair. Card secure, ready when you are. Just about, yes. This should be ground finely enough to distribute evenly. You never installed the 470. Ooh, okay. Okay. Once we've tilled the soil for beds, we can begin planting in earnest. Who's earnest and why are we planting inside of them? Revolja, can I count on your continued support? Me, but Kagilja is the one who grows things. And you have grown our hopes into a viable operation by recruiting the necessary allies. Charisma like yours is essential for this gainery's success. She's so pretty! Alright, I'll do what I can. On my pride as Mamulja, for Mamook. Your assistance would be invaluable, Fu, if you can spare the time. After all these years, my homestead is about to realize true progress. I would love to have you with us as we build a brighter future for my people. I hope on my pride as an adventurer for Mamook. When you put it that way, I can't really say no. Do I have pride as an adventurer? I don't think I do. I mean, I barely have any pride at all to begin with, much less. Thank you. I'm in your debt. It's heartening to have you with us. Sorry for the wait. The wyverns are ready. Thanks, Kagilja. Let's get started. Man, that is a big old tree. Oh. Look, we're growing crops. We got our beasts of burden and our farmers. Speaking of beasts of burden. Hola, bestie. Thank you for the raid. Friends, go follow Saki. There's a follow button. I knew you're Look, listen. They had it right there. Go follow Saki. She streams Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 7 a.m. Eastern. Throws in some cheeky little Wednesday streams as well whenever possible. So go check it out. If you enjoyed yourself and some Oblivion today, she'll be back with some more of that, as well as Doom and Project Zomboid back on the menu, baby, this week. So go check her out. Whatever she's streaming, you'll enjoy yourself. You'll have a good time. So come on over, say hello. I'm there lurking because I'm still recovering from a bit of surgery. Doing well, but man, bestie, I'm so fucking tired right now. What's going on, friends? Welcome in. Hola, Dark Smack. Hola, Jabubab, Osric, Zippy. Yeah, come on in, friends. Hopefully you had a good time. And again, I have to watch it again because I know how much the Shivering Isles means to you, bestie, and I want to consume it. I want to see your thing of it, and we'll get in there and see what it do.
Caliente.
Follow solo_9 or don't bust. Haha. Oh, get well soon.
Thank you, Zippy. No, look, we're getting there. Recovery today, recovery wise, is really good. Very minimal pain. It's not there like it's always been there as a constant for a week, but now it's just not there. I don't feel it, which is good. And mobility is very good, so we're doing great overall. It's just the lack of sleep. You missed our hot unhinged wife. That's how I like him. Shit. Okay, well, like I said, I'll watch the VOD later on, so I can catch up with our hot unhinged wife and all that. But Zippy, thank you very much for that resub. Let me know if you would like to vote for our cooking stream. It is !toppings. That'll bring up the list of what we're doing on Monday, by the way. This Monday is our cooking stream. For whatever reason, there's gonna be a lot of sausage involved, so we're gonna have a good time with that. I hope you get proper sleep soon. Yeah, it comes and it goes. I got like 14 hours on last Wednesday or whatever, and then I was getting maybe 5 hours at best, and then on Saturday I got like 11 hours, and it was great. But then I can't fall asleep until like 4 or 5 in the morning, which is usually like 4 hours past my norm or 3 hours past my norm. So it's all over the place right now. But I'm gonna sleep today, Osric. That's for fucking sure. We getting that sleep today. Hell yeah, sausage. Hell yeah, sausage. Go take care of yourself, Bessie. Go get some food. Go pet the cats. Go make sure tea's all right. Get some water and make sure you eat your fucking food, bestie. Get that snack in you. And thank you for both, of course, the community, the stream, the raid. Thank you for you. So myself, my name is Solo9. I'm moderator for Psyche, and today was patch day for this. For Final Fantasy 14, we're going to be going into, it's a brand new big content. If you like old school MMOs, they basically give us a zone that is fashioned after old school MMOs. So we're going to go in there. If you die, you lose XP. You have to be level 5 at least. You can D-level. You have to fight for XP, and it's kind of wild that they took probably the worst part of MMOs and made it a featured content. But the people eat it up, and so we're going to be going into that soon. This is just a new allied society for gathering classes, and we're finishing up for this segment, and then we're switching over to my main character and going into the Crescent and seeing what it's like there. Gonna make dinner now and then record The Last of Us. Don't worry, Bessie, it just gets happier, cheerier, and becomes this, you know, this very chill slice of life game. Bring extra electrolytes for The Last of Us 2. And by speaking of which, so The Last of Us Season 2 just finished, and the more I think about it, the more I like the game a lot more than the show. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about it too much because not everybody's been able to watch it because, you know, it just came out in over the course of the last month and change. But yeah, S2. S2 wasn't it, but thank you again very much, Zippy, for that resub for those 45 months. That is a very long time. I can't wait to get plowed 3 times. Same, Allie. To get plowed 3 times a day to help lizard people grow more than bananas. Absolutely. Let's go. This Ganery will give Mamook another chance. I can just feel it. So this area here is plagued. They can only grow blue bananas down here. And so we brought in a scientist from afar to see if we can help them grow more crops and see what they can do here with this. And this cutie here is a scientist that's helping out, and so we're helping them help them. We're being helpful because that's what, you know, it's an MMO. We're also going to found a republic in Mamook for laundering money. Might have to. I can feel it too. Let's show the world what these lands can grow together by our own hands. I like this version of the song. This is new. This is a very good version of the song. It's good. A banana republic, if you will. From hopes yet to fully blossom, Mamook has established a granary. Help the Mamulja come to love the land that supports them by aiding the farmers of Gok Golma. That's a very good version of that song. So they take certain songs and they redo them. It's the same song, it's just, you know, different instruments, different everything. So that's a good version of that. All right, eat your vegetables. Okay. And now that we unlocked it via the store, we just go through. You get 3 dailies a day, and then you go forth and do other stuff. This MMO is hugely on respecting your time. A lot of the content is there that you pop in for, you got 20 minutes, you can pop in and do stuff for 20 minutes. You can do your dailies, you can progress with this allied society, you can do a little bit of raiding on normal mode, provided nobody wipes you. It's very huge on you getting in there and with whatever time you have and doing stuff. So one of they're notoriously, sometimes to their detriment, known for saying, you know what, it's okay, you can go play something else, just come back when the update's there and you'll have more content when it's ready to go. So it's a good MMO. It's probably the best MMO on the market right now. I know not everybody likes Dawn Trail. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was great. Look, the bananas! Already successfully made a tourist trap with one maze trap. I can get behind laundry. Do it. Here on behalf of Cagliari, this is just the text here isn't anything huge. Wait, do I have to bring these back? Okay, no, I'm just picking them up. Okay. And the dailies aren't hugely intrusive on time either, so it's pretty straightforward. It's nothing too complex. They're here to. This really is just Rigatsu. It is. It really is. I understand it, Zara. It's just one big eureka. Also, by the way, for the initial levels, for the first 2 levels of the Allied Society, gather more than these if you don't mind, if you have inventory space. I know not everybody does. And then you can just turn these in at the NPC because it'll be the same quest over and over. For a little bit anyway. Provided nobody wipes, 50 minutes of M7 later. Yeah, well, there is that, Sandra. April isn't even here. That's okay. I'm talking about it's more than just April. April at least understands that she has a problem with her inventory, which is fine. That's step 1. Understanding that there is an issue. Ready too? I'm not gonna call anybody out. I've seen a lot of inventories though. You have a conference call in 15 minutes and you don't wanna? Do you just have to listen in, or are you actively partaking in the conferencing of the call? Hopefully just listen. Gotcha. Well, that kind of sucks. I'm sorry. Hopefully you don't have to get on the horn and yell at people. So yeah, so we'll just turn these in and then we'll get on with the Oculent Crescent and see what the new zone is like, what it holds for us, what they're doing there. You don't lose XP or levels if you're level 5 or below, I believe, or at least until you're level 5. Once you hit 5, you're fucked. So I don't know how much they're gonna gate me this time, because the last couple times they've gated me and not allowed me to farm freely. But we'll see how far I can move around and explore. My inventory got to more than 3 lines in bag 1 and more than the 2 full bottom lines. I would clean mine out, dump it on retainer. That isn't cleaning it out. You're just exacerbating the problem elsewhere. Out of sight, out of mind. You can't keep getting away with this. Oh, hey, look, more normal cordials. Why do they hate high quality cordials? This isn't ARR. Jesus, sorry, this is... There are better versions of this item. There's one better version of this item too, actually, because there's a crafted version that's better than this. And they keep giving us the absolute worst. So much for better rewards, Yoshida. You can't fix it now, it's too late, it's true. It can't get worse though, so there's that as well. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 are getting HD remix controllers. That's nice. I'm not gonna play them. Dragon Quest isn't my vibe. Please look forward to it. No, I don't want to, Ali. I don't want to look at this shit any more than I have to. Then I'm not sure, Zara. I'm not sure. I know they were widely available via Island Sanctuary and blah 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 blah. But we're in Dawn Trail. Christ. All right, let's go Oculent Crescent. Oh, my eyeball. All right, Harley Quinn. Let's go. Got extra retainers, so all that stuff is literally in limbo. The oxycodone Crescent. Sorry, the oxycotton Crescent. There you go. Because that's what I was on last week. The one that's guided by ketamine, exactly. That's the fucking one right there. Yeah. I want to see Catboys with the new hentai hair. I haven't seen anybody yet with it. For no reason. For no reason whatsoever. Franco can't keep getting away with this. She craft on my till I delineation. What a terrible day to have eyeballs. Thank you, Franco, for the crafter's delineations. I appreciate that. Stays in my mailbox. Son of a bitch. All right. Oh, I have to get the fuck out of my bag. I don't even want to sell them. Gross. Get out. Go. Shoot. Skedaddle. What else do I have? What other trash do I have? All right. That's a daily turn in. Up into you calling it hentai hair. I mean, is Ali wrong? Is Mimi's making noises of distress over there? Oh no. I think she has reached her limit for people's stupidity for the week. Which is unfortunate because she lives with me. So, you know, that's already not a good sign. It's only Tuesday though, it's true. What's going on, Samri? Good afternoon. Good morning. Happy time zone. Alright, I don't know why I'm cleaning up my inventory. It's not like I'm going to need any of this, but, you know. I'll leave it there and switch it over to the retainers afterwards. Sure. The stuff is selling slowly, so I'm not mad. I'll take on 43 grand just for selling old mats. So Black Seed Cotton Cloth isn't selling at 13 grand. Why is that? It's down at 12.8. I wouldn't undercut, but fuck these people for undercutting me back. So here we are. We're being petty today. The leather apparently is the bigger seller. 20 grand a pop. What does it actually sell for? 20 grand a pop. Christ. Okay, well. This is the stuff that was used to make the previous tier and our current gatherer gear. I don't think Ipe lumber is selling very well. 9 grand a pop. Okay. I'm slowly liquidating this because this is going to be useless. It's going to be used for like EX weapons. What level are you, Azim? Afternoon, only on for a bit because of work. Yeah. Yeah, silly work. Tulio Lal. I think is where it unlocks. Let's find out. Oh shit, no, not daytime Tulio Lal music. Gross. Is it over here by the boat? One last hurrah. That's the quest. What was that interior door? For the guild house? I'm not sure. I don't touch the guild house. That was done by somebody else. And to get the new cash shop mount to hunt Varwith. The big head one. One last hurrah. The expedition messenger casts his gaze expectantly about the harbor. You're Harlequin, aren't you? Just the woman I was after, as it happens. Oh, Keddenram tasked me with finding you. Says he's got a proposition for you. Stay right there. I'll go fetch him. Whomst? It would be a shame next time the varsity logs in, he's surrounded by the two of you with the giant head mounts. Just... You love creepy mounts? It is pretty creepy. Alright, the man that we found in Yaktel, who looks kind of way too human and a lot less Ro. Isn't he just giant human? Apologies for collaring you like this, but I was hoping we could parlay before ye took leave of Duliolal. The Jilf that's over 100 years old, yep, that's the one. Yeah, he's just a human, right? He looks too... He doesn't look very Rogan in the face to me, though his hands are massive. Look at the size of that fucking hand, Jesus Christ. Someone calling you? His nose is too small for a Ro. Yeah, it's got like the flattened texture of a Ro nose, but not quite. And his forehead's weird. Collaring and me. No, it's happening. His grammar's killing you? Yeah. I'll cut right to the chase. I want you on board for me final expedition. Before I get into the particulars, allow me to spin a quick yarn. Where's this dialect from? It's very custom, it is. These days, any Eorzean sailor worth their salt bound for Dural will take the established route and skirt to southern Indigo Deep. Oh, so that's Indigo Deep right there. It's in different language, but yeah. So they go south. Okay. That's Yaktel. Okay. Hola, Brady. What's going on, husbando? To look like my dome? Is that I got my belly button to look like your dome? My belly button is look like my dome? My noggin is huge. But back when maps of the realm were nothing but blank parchment past Vilbrand, all we had was the lure of the horizon to guide us. Most of me fellow explorers weighed anchor and cut a course due west, heading straight for adventure. Okay. Alas, most were lost to the waves. Me crew and I reached Dural on account of us ranging northward and avoiding the same treacherous waters that claimed them. That stretch of the deep came to be known as Shade's Triangle. I had a notion to solve its mysteries on behalf of me fallen comrades, but after arriving on these shores, it was the land, not the sea, that promised adventures anew. Once I'd settled there and disbanded the expedition, I never did get the opportunity. But then I crossed paths with a certain realm-renowned adventurer and began to wonder. Something told me that with your help, I'd finally shed light on the mystery of those accursed waters. So how about it? Will you join this old explorer on one final jaunt? You keep saying words that I don't expect to be there. How's it going there, buddy? How goes being a time mage geomancer? It'd be my honor if you had me. Yeah, you had me at mystery, but what are your duties at the palace? Not to worry, I proposed all this with the full backing of the Dawn servants. Truth be told, even before Galul Jaja asked me to watch over Kona and Muklamat, I feared I'd never sail again. Anyway, I sensed the pair were wise to me worrying, so I laid it all bare. Bare? And you say the mystery of Shades' Triangle has haunted you since? The region of which you speak is an impediment to trade with foreign nations. Any effort to unravel its secrets would ultimately benefit Duliolal. Sounds like it might be the last chance you get, especially if you're hoping to get Harlequin involved. Besides, Papa would turn in his grave if we barred his old friend from one final voyage. I say follow your heart, Tanqua. You're too poor, and what do you need for that, Brady? Too poor in the oxycodone Crescent to like the currencies they're in? I'm sure you'll be wanting more details, but I'd like to set sail sooner rather than later. Let's reconvene once we've put a few malms between us and the harbor. So let me buy with the currencies. Gotcha. The ship is ready and waiting. Had her sent over from Limsa especially. When you're ready, speak with Ofangame over on the pier. I can't pronounce these fucking names. Hola papi, buenas tardes. Sorry, buenos dias. Good morning. I hope you're well. Alright, let's go over here. Harlequin, I presume. Ken and Ram told me all about you. The name's Jam, navigator by trade. They say Shades Triangle is racked with storms year-round, but a closer look at the charts will tell you that ain't strictly true. For a brief season, the sky's clear and the sea's calm, hence why the old explorer is eager to weigh anchor. What's the matter? Don't tell me you're wary of clambering onto this little rowboat. We're not rowing all the way to the Shades Triangle. Our vessel's waiting out beyond the shallows. Anyway, when you're good and prepared to leave, just say the word. Yeah, Papi, the moon is emptied out. I'll be back in there soon enough. They actually made it a little bit easier for A1 missions. So people will be back in there clamoring at the thing soon enough. Ready to plot a course for waters unknown, are ye? Yee. Don't know whether to respect your mettle or question your sanity, but welcome aboard. Shades Triangle, here we come. It'll even out. I feel like the field content is one of those things, if it's better you strike it hot when it's first released, and then it's like, it just gets more difficult. Hi, nerdy friends, I can't be here because spoilers, so I shall lurk away, Stony. Thank you for the lurk. Hopefully you can get your teeth into this soon. Plain sailing thus far. Might be time to talk about our destination. Shades Triangle is a churning mess of storms, so every time a vessel goes missing in the region, most blame the treacherous conditions. But hear this, there are records of the last ship seeking to chart those waters, and the message they relayed to their escort is passing strange. Conditions fair, crescent-shaped isles sighted in vicinity, potential safe haven during storms, attempting to make landfall. They never made it back to port despite the calm seas. Folks have taken to calling the island the occult Crescent ever since. They say it's naught but a shifting mirage that claims the lives of all who sight it. Everyone on board knows the risks involved on a voyage like this, but there ain't nothing like the thrill of the unknown to trump good sense. Aye, the whiff of mystery and the promise of new discovery is hard to resist. Am I right in thinking the same applies to you, adventurer? That's just new content, dude. Anyhow, why don't you get acquainted with the rest of the crew? I'll be here checking the charts. Listen, don't worry about it. Once you've got the measure of the folks risking their hides along with you, come and find me. Alright. Please let me be on the way. Hello, surveyor. This ain't me first trip to these waters. I've sailed close to Shade's Triangle to survey the weather many a time. Only on the clearest days, when the sea's flat as glass, do you get a glimpse of the isle. It looks unremarkable from a distance, but that's exactly what the poor bastards who went missing must have thought. Never did pluck up the courage to take a closer peek, curious as I was. But when I heard Kenenram was leading an expedition into the heart of the triangle, I signed right up. Don't get me wrong, I've still got me reservations, but when I think of whatever is waiting for us in those waters, it's the excitement that wins out. I see nothing out there. My grandfather once sailed with Kentenram. He was right there with him when they first made landfall in Tural. But it wasn't Tural they were aiming for. They'd left the Orzio westward bound for Hingashi. They didn't count on a great big continent lying between them and their destination. Once they were ashore, they soon forgot all about the Far East. Eventually, my grandfather settled, and here I am, 3 generations later. By all accounts, journeying with Kentenram is life-changing. I mean that in the best possible sense, of course.
Caliente.
Wowie.
Wow, thank you, Raven. Welcome back. Thank you for those 23 months. I don't know what you'd like to vote for. If you'd like to vote at all for our cooking stream, it is !toppings. I hope you're doing well, dude. Are you partaking in the Crescent? This isn't some foolhardy treasure hunt. No, solving the isle's secrets will be worth more than any glittering trinkets. And if we can open up safe passage to the island, there's potential to establish a permanent landing. Just imagine the boon to foreign trade that would bring. All of which is to say, there's more at stake here than lining our pockets. By lining your pockets even more. UK cuisine? Gotcha. Let's add that vote. I still don't know what we're going to do for July. I don't know how to frame it. But I figure we'll get there eventually for that, whatever we end up doing. I'm not partaking in the islands yet. You haven't caught up. That's fair. It's a lot. So that's one of those things, right? It's not like it's going to fall off the face of the earth. So when you got the time for it, you get the time for it. There's no telling what awaits us on the island, which is why we've enlisted the help of experts and artisans to supplement our crew. There's one fellow we're all wishing we'd steered clear of, though. After we left port, I caught the crazed fool trying to launch one of the lifeboats. We managed to lock him in the hold, but the Vidral said about drinking all the rum in sight. Oh no! Don't tell me it's that dumbass. In the end, we tied him up and stuffed him in one of the barrels he drained dry. Alright. Is he also a blacksmith of some renown? Oh, what? What did he just say? Huh? Just you? You want to rejoin the crew? Just say the word and I'm ready. Alright, just me. Let's go. Apparently, that's the exit. Looks like you had a good chat with the crew. That's the thing with seafaring. A close-knit crew is indispensable out on the open sea. I know there's talk about me feats in reaching Tural, but in truth, I couldn't have done it without me fellow explorers. Wherever the winds might take us, I consider it me duty to get us all there and back in one piece. In one piece? It's real. Right, we'll be entering Shade's Triangle any moment now. Look sharp. So Luke got a whiff of a certain blacksmith. Yeah, I was out. I was fucking done. Just let me get the fuck out of here. Please allow me to exit. You go that way with him. I go this way. I keep expecting this to be voiced. Land ho. What do they call me? Hold steady. We sail straight for her. Aye, aye. Don't hit on the third hubby. Ugh. It's because of his dumbass ideas that we end up doing the relics that we do. And why is he here anyway? Look at those dead eyes. Where's that blasted island? We just had it in our sights. Land spotted off the starboard stern. Starboard? And I immediately looked the wrong way. It's revenge for bothering him back in AR. It really is. It's really of our own making. What? Don't tell me we careened right past it. Get this hull turned around. How fast do you think your boat's going that you careened right past it? Hardly can't see shit. Lost sight of the damn thing again. Shifting mirage was right on the money. If the isle itself was moving, the waves be surging right over the bulwark. This is no natural phenomenon. Something's messing with our perception. You deserved. Heed my call. What? Deserved or not, onwards we sail. I heed, but I'm not sure I follow. Who are you talking to? Listen, it's a thing. We hear voices sometimes. A strange voice, you say? I didn't hear a thing. What in the... I lost control of the rudder. It's like something's reeling us in. Gods. Oh no. They've locked their beam onto us. Why is everyone pointing fingers and stuff at each other? Oh, we drifting. It couldn't be the island, could it? Is it a ghost? The Klingon name is clinging onto us, that's for fucking sure. Are we all dead? You know, there's a fan theory that that point right there is actually where the warrior light actually dies, and everything that happens from this point on is just a fever dream as we perish. How's the hull looking? Tomato? I deserve it. No obvious damage, but the ship stuck fast, almost as if we've dropped anchor. Perfectly docked and without a single scratch. There ain't a helmsman alive who could have managed that. I fear she'll end up like that if we try and shift her. I reckon we were brought here by some sort of arcane trickery. Trapped too, most likely. Magic right to our destination. Quite a stroke of luck if you ask me. Well, there's nothing for it but to get this expedition underway. When Ray gets out the tomato, I'm glad I am muted. Wow. Wow. Oh, I like this architecture here. It's very nice. The architecture is still in line with Dawn Trail stuff. I like it. I dig it. It's still fantastical, but I see certain architectures here that are familiar. That voice you heard on the ship, I'm starting to wonder whether that wasn't some kind of summons. Glad to have you with us regardless. As for the isle itself, I'd assumed it was uninhabited. Certainly wasn't expecting to come across this phantom village. Like as not, there's some sort of ward encompassing the island to keep us here. That said, there's a chance ethereal occurrence could circumvent the ward, assuming you can tap into one. Might be worth a try if adventure calls you elsewhere. Anyway, as much as I'd like to gather the crew and get stuck right in, we'd better secure the perimeter first. Oh, and I thought I'd give you a journal to jot down your findings along the way. Okay. They're setting up the content here, essentially. Figure there's more than a few folks out there who'd appreciate a record of your exploits here. Fill those pages and give them something to sink their teeth into. For those who come after, for those who continue. It was returned to Leolal at any point during expedition, interact with the ethereal current by the moored ship. The corresponding current at the high tide harbor facilitates travel back to the Opulent Crescent. Okay. Alright, so there goes the record. Collection expanded. Okay. Ketram Blaufisten. Who? Blaufisten who? The Phantom Village. Oh, not a single soul about. No use pondering, though. We'd better take a look around while Offenheim stands guard. As long as the ship's safe, so are all the provisions on board, and that means one less worry while we're getting our bearings. Bearings? Let me know if you find anything of interest. I really need to get the actual hat I need for this glamour. The hat I want is from one of the Endwalker raids. The purple horns. The fire purple horns. The mask was just an interim thing. But I really do need to get that helmet. Round off my glam. I just found a wild treasure coffer and got a mount. Yeah, that's how it works. There's treasures out in the wilds. Luckily carved by skilled hands, this ether-infused stone exudes a faint glow. It is unclear whether the stone emits light naturally or if some internal mechanism is causing the illumination. Illumination confirmed. Big yawn. Sorry for the yawns. You weren't here earlier. Not a good day-night cycle for sleep, so we're struggling today, but we'll get through it. How much are we gonna get through? I don't know, but we'll do our best. The foliage choking the building and the overall state of decay suggests it has been abandoned for some time, left to the mercy of the elements. Congrats on the mount though, Ava. Hopefully the mount is to your liking. It's a shark? Yeah. That seems to be the common mount. I think there's going to be two. A survey point. What's this? A cult record 2. The Phantom Village has been added to the cult record. Gotcha. So if I want to read them, I actually have to read them. So let's see, Ketanram Blaufisten, in the year 1497 of the 6th Astral Era, a Limousin sea wolf explorer of not 20 summers plotted a westward course for Hingashi, embarking on a fateful voyage that would catapult him into the ranks of legend. Unbeknownst to him and his crew, a great continent lay between them and the Far East, and it was not the splendor of Kugane, but the shores of Tural that ultimately lay upon the horizon. This is the Phantom. So that's number 1. That's number 2. The Phantom Village, perched upon the eastern tip of the cult Crescent. This compact settlement is deathly silent, save for the gentle sluice of the plaza fountain. Though its stone structures are weathered and overgrown, the orderly state of the town implies a degree of active preservation by some unknown hand. In the harbor, the forlorn wrecks of outbound ships are a testament to the fearsome reputation Shades' Triangle commands. Oh, there's a lot of them. Seems so sleepy, and yet I have yet 4 hours to go. No, Zemri. You can do it. You can get through it. 2 shipwrecks are visible in the eerily still bay, no doubt once crewed by brave sailors seeking the inner reaches of Shades Triangle. Judging from their orientation, the vessels must have sunk while attempting to leave the island. There is no telling whether the souls on board were also lost to the waves. Yeah, fish facing the area, Kent and Ram. Alright, so back to Kent and Ram. You know what this view right here kind of reminds me of? Obviously, the building aside, it reminds me of the end of Endwalker. Like the still blackness of just the horizon there. It reminds me of that. You believe we believe in you, Zemri? Get through it. It sucks though. Hopefully we can both get some rest at some point soon, because damn. I'm guessing you're no closer to solving the Isle's mysteries either. Looking at these structures, I'd say the settlement's ancient. The original inhabitants may be long gone, but I was half hoping to find a few survivors from the wrecks at the very least. Anyhow, this building in particular took me interest. I managed to force the lock. I don't want you to think I make a habit of breaking locks in general. Skullduggery. Duggery. Other than when strictly necessary, of course. Think I'm gonna go nap to keep myself from progressing further to alley. Get that nap. What level are you? So much to do when I get home. Hildebrand. Yeah, there's a lot to do. Well, thankfully it's not too much. Like if you did the pre-quest, thankfully the Allied Society isn't super mega long. But yeah, Hildy for sure. And then leveling in the Crescent. Is Varsity going to go hard on this for leveling? I forget if he was doing it today. And it was listening to you doing the quest. Gotcha. Let's take a look inside, shall we? Sure, we shall. He says we can, but who knows? Gotcha. Understood. Oh, I like the lighting here. This is kind of creepy. You're planning to be a healer main for this content? Yeah. A sarcophagus, do you reckon? I wouldn't get too close if I were you. I sense arcane trickery afoot. These candles aren't being kept alight by natural means. That's for damn sure. Oh no, it's a Palace of the Dead trap. That's an explosive trap, isn't it? Yeah, it's an explosive trap. Jesus, that's a bomb. Heh. Just as I thought. Experience tells me a ward like this will have us jumping through hoops to dispel it. Only ye deserved may lay claim. Listen, that's okay. Take care of yourself, Zemri. Let me see what I can do. There's that voice again. I didn't hear a thing. If they're addressing you in particular, methinks that word might yield to you. Not sure which is the more confounding mystery, your magic touch or this godforsaken rock we're standing on. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Is it the Elegans? I bet it's the Elegans or the Asians. The mask look you know, it could be either or maybe both. Oh god, what in the fucking ring is this? Tonberry. Oh, it's very short. They made it seem like it was super tall. He's just a silly little guy. A Tonberry. Ah, thoroughly refreshed and raring to go. And who might you two be? Wasn't expecting the common tongue. You take me for some benighted fool? Ah, but perhaps a valid supposition given my current form. You stand before the archive, the very definition of erudition. Now hurry up and introduce yourselves. They aren't holding a knife. Don't worry about it. It's one of those former Lalafels. If you do the scholar story, Tonberries are former Lalafels. Oh, Harlequin, is it? Those keen, searching eyes. Yes. My very keen, searching eyes that you can very much see right now. Clearly, you have an inquisitive mind like no other. Save my own, that is. I'm Kenram, an explorer hailing from Limsa. We're here on an expedition backed by the nation of Tuliolal. Limsa what now? Tuliolal. I visited each of the 12 city-states and learned 12. I learned all there is to know about their peoples and cultures, but those names ring unfamiliar. To think a whole nation would elude me. Tell me, when exactly was Tuliolal founded? They might have been asleep for a while now. Doesn't 1.0 dev plans? Feels like it. What was the original number of city-states that were planned for 1.0 that they scrapped? I remember they were going to have a bunch. The 7th astral era. I moved to the island to avoid spreading the affliction that left me, as you see, and promptly fell into a deep slumber. If memory serves, such a plague swept the realm at the end of the 5th astral era. But that'd mean you've been asleep for more than 1,500 years. Man, that sounds rad. That sounds really good right now. I could go for a 1,500-year-old nap. That would explain why I feel so well rested. Now that I'm awake, I should very much like to see what has become of the Isle. To Solo, it's a Breezy. What's going on, Breezy? You're wondering if scholar. You know what? That'd be interesting because that's where they address the affliction of the scholarly lalas that got turned into turned into tomberries, right? I'm curious. I like that too. Might go back to sleep after depending on when state of the world. Seriously. I certainly don't recall the memorial fountain being so begrimed with algae. Perhaps you do speak the truth. Before I go back to school stuff, I want to say, what part of you will I eat next? Is a thing Ben can now say to Solu and Jill. It's true. And this strange ether I sense pervading the island, could it be a ward of sorts? The noggin's still foggy after the eon's long slumber. There was a time when I knew all kinds of things, the name of every battle, the weight of all the riches in the world to the ounce. I was a wise old man, a gushing font of knowledge. That's one way to describe yourself, Jesus. Say, I could be a real boon for your expedition once I get up to speed. I shall join you on your endeavors. Let's venture forth into this mysterious isle. Perhaps in the course of our adventure, your memories will come flooding back. You're back, you starts gushing constantly. I can't stop it, Beta. Seeing as there's nothing in this settlement out to kill us, I think it's time we get the crew ashore to earn in their keep. I'll be right back. Hopefully we can learn more about the isle from our newfound co-conspirator. Co-conspirator. Is he the cryo of OC? Is he going to send you to get murdered? Probably. I believe so. I think that's the vibe I'm getting, Ray. Hello, Archive. They're called Archive. Would you care to elaborate upon what brought you here? Explanation. So this isle lies in the heart of Shade's Triangle, and many a ship has gone missing in these waters. You mentioned the wrecks out in the bay. It's not unreasonable to think some of those sailors would have made it ashore. Why did no one try to wake me? Everybody took one look at you and sealed the sarcophagus back up. Wow, the door to your chamber was tightly barred. I'm so puzzled by the strange voice that only I can hear. But your burly companion was able to coerce the lock. I dare say younger, swarthier sailors would have even less trouble getting that door open. I'm puzzled by the voice. You mean to imply that someone summoned you here? Clearly it wasn't me. I've been sound asleep for the last few millennia, give or take. What a tantalizing conundrum. We simply must get to the bottom of this. Is that going to be his fairy? Is it knowledge you seek? What manner of creature is this? A familiar, methinks. Looks like the fairies employed by Nimian scholars of Eld. Was it you who summoned her? Me? Preposterous. I would have summoned something more statuesque. You shut your whore mouth. You leave her alone. Look at that booty popping out there on that fairy. How rude. My name is Iris, and I certainly wasn't called forth by a wizened little wretch like you. Fucking get him. I'm on Team Iris. Forget the archive. Who wizened? You mean wise, you petulant little whelp? Honestly, who would ever summon a companion so lacking in manners? You were being rude to her to begin with. I know exactly what I meant, and you, sir, are lacking in wisdom. A seal has been placed upon your worldly knowledge, thus preventing its use. You can only speak to that which this insipid individual over here has seen and learned firsthand. Wait, is she talking to me? She called me insipid? Is that so? Well, that explains why I can't muster the faintest mote of magic. I tried to heal myself earlier to no avail. Centuries of sleep on that cold stone slab really took its toll on my lower back. Enough of you and your aching bones. Iris, where's your master? Let me try a different tack. Why were you summoned here? I don't know. Ha! Looks like someone else has had their knowledge sealed away. If I'm wizened and lacking wisdom, then you're not but an I hate that that's pretty good. Then you're not but an unfamiliar. I hate the archive so much right now. Please pay $13 a month to unlock all your knowledge. Please no. Why am I sympathizing with the Tonberry? You know, both of them. I'll tell you one thing. That fairy was steeped in the same ether permeating the island. As I surmised, there's a strange ward covering the isle in its entirety. No doubt those ships in the bay were caught in its pull. Well, wards can't just cast themselves, meaning someone's responsible for those poor souls who perished in Shade's Triangle. Methinks our focus ought to be finding out what we can about this individual. And let's not forget that strange voice you keep hearing. For all we know, it could be connected in some way. Right, let's go speak with Jeffroy over yonder. You ought to have a word on the progress at the base camp. So that once you get to it, want to party up for some... I'm probably going to fall asleep soon, Brady. I'm being honest. I'm not doing too hot right now. I do want to unlock it though. Hello, Jeffroy, if that's even your name. Yeah, it's not been a good day, Brady, so... Oh, shit! You'll be pleased. So hopefully Franco will be going for another 90 minutes or so I can raid him soon as I unlock this. Yeah, please. How does the syncing work, Brady? As I understand it, you guys would get brought down to my level, right? So that sucked for you guys, because then you can't go to the higher level areas, and you'd be stuck in the shitty area. So maybe I'll do some grinding. I'm not leaving. I live here, and I got Berserker, and it sucked. Oh no, it sucked. No, I saw you get Berserker. You'll be pleased to hear the preparations are well underway. I sent the advance party to scout ahead while the ship's being unloaded. They've already found an ideal spot to stage forays into the island's southern reaches and are setting up camp as we speak. When you're ready to head out, just say the word. Once you're out in the field, you'll have to speak with Ketamine. Sorry, he's now known, because of fucking Finny, he's now known as Ketamine. You have to speak with Ketamine and decide how to proceed. A support crew will be stationed here in town. Be sure to avail yourself of their services if you're in need. Did Franco call him that? And if you're after a weaponsmith, the word is we hired a dumbass craftsman for the expedition. Judging by his reputation, he'll soon have your weapons honed to deadly perfection. Who went? Did you just call him Ketamine? The smith will be set up over yonder. Do drop if you're interested. Well, that's all for me. Give me a shot when you're ready to make for the encampment. But it's still gonna bring you all down to my level, and So when you're out and explorating, we'll see. We'll play it by ear. Santa Pata called Crescent, an uncharted Isle, the Heart of Shades Triangle. Whether you choose to join your fellow explorers in large-scale battles against the fiercest of foes, or take on the Crescent's denizens in a series of small skirmishes, there are many ways. Yes, I was reading the patch notes, and apparently if you fight stuff that's like 8 levels higher than your group, and you have full 8 group, apparently the XP is pretty great. Have you guys tried that? The following pages contain a detailed explanation of what you may expect on the Occult Crescent. Read and understand them well if you would seek to unravel the island's mysteries. The Occult Crescent is accessible for disciples of the War of Magic level 100 and above. And above, by the way. The required average item level is 690, nice. And item level will be synced to 700, not nice. Players may change to a different job of sufficient level while in duty. All players are subject to a separate leveling system while exploring the Occult Crescent, indicated by their knowledge level. Participating in large-scale battles or slaying the island's fiends will bolster your knowledge, akin to experience points. Alright, so knowledge XP, got it. When facing the fiends of the Occult Crescent, your knowledge level will significantly impact the outcome of any battle. To improve your chances of survival when roaming the wilds, be sure to accrue as much knowledge as you are able. Discrepancies between your knowledge level and that of your foes will affect the damage you deal and receive. You would do well to choose your marks carefully before engaging. Oh my god, we can get engaged to the monsters? Oh my god. Let's fucking go. While exploring the isle, you may participate in critical encounters, so that's the usual stuff. Large-scale battles for up to 72 combatants. Emerging victorious from these perilous endeavors will garner a wealth of knowledge and other rewards. As critical encounters are not affected by your knowledge level, they can be attempted regardless of your progress. Oh, that's good. Additionally, during the course of your expedition, the return action is replaced by blah 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 blah. I understand what I must do. Hey, got the little fairy, Iris. Oh, there's a lot of folks here. It's just alright, so that's just a dude who ports you in. So this is Gangos, that's the dude at the boat that lets you go inside. Got it. Oh, music here is nice. I dig this. Arcane artistry. That's a rum-addled reprobate. Wouldn't be surprised if we find him floating in the sea. Oh, I've needed a smithy, do ye? I'm afraid we ain't up and running yet. Truth be told, the weaponsmith we hired bolted before we could finish settling up shop. I mastered his craft by all accounts, but he's been nothing but trouble since he set foot on the ship. Kept trying to escape, so we threw him in the hold. Our woes didn't end there, though. He drank most of the booze we'd brought along for the expedition. I tell you, the bugger was half pickled by the time... I've never heard somebody be described as half pickled. By the time we hauled him out, any route, the bastard's now gone and disappeared. This fellow you speak of sounds vaguely familiar. Sounds like you kidnapped an upstanding artisan and held him prisoner. No. This is a recurring NPC. We're familiar with who this is. Either you're already acquainted with the scoundrel or yours is home to more cantankerous weaponsmiths than I thought. Needless to say, there aren't many folk willing to sail the Shades Triangle. While we're scratching around trying to find someone, a certain enterprising woman put us in touch. Oh no, fucking Rowena! They say there ain't a finer weaponsmith alive today, but he drinks like a sailor on shore leave, and is up to his neck in debt. He signed up for the expedition to settle his dues. How much debt does he owe Rowena? Any route. He can't have gone far, so not like he's off this rock. If he's half as good as they say, I reckon it'll be a boon for your adventuring. And keep your eyes peeled. If you run into a shirtless, rum-soaked good-for-nothing by the name of Gerald, tell him to come see me. I don't think here's the thing. I don't think I'm let's be honest here. I think it's less he owes her money and more she's scamming him and he's too much of a drunken dumbass to not get got. So he's just honestly, she should be thrown in jail. Yo's double what you own, probably. Oh, great, here we go. You know what the worst part about Gerald is? It's not Gerald, it's that I have to read the way he talks. Not a drop of rum to be had in this bloody ghost town. Yeah, 'cause you drank it all. There was no mention of Shade's Triangle when I signed the goddamn contract. Talk about a false bloody pretenses. More fool me for trusting that wily Harridan. What's a Harridan? Who the hell's are? Oh, bugger me. Can I do one bleeding job without showing your ugly mug? Eat my ass, Gerald. I don't want to be here with you either. That said, there's never a dull moment when us two team up. How about we finish the job sharpish and get off this desolate rock, eh? Want to bet the contract was honest and he can't read 100%. Damn, so mean to Jero. He just needs somebody to get him in line, Allie. That's all. If only someone out there were brave enough to pull him by his 2 leather straps and get him in line. Because Rowena ain't going to do it. What if we gave him the new hentai here, Allie? That failed because Kat told you no, Rip. You must have had a hard time coaxing him back. Apologies for all the trouble. Let's see, I'm actually looking forward to this progression of the Momoja Gathering quest. I like it a lot, Breezy. I like the story too. It's nothing too intense. They're just gonna try and grow crops and help everybody around them. So I like it already a lot more, certainly than the Shadowbringers Gathering Tribe. That wasn't all that great for me that I remember. And what was the Endwalker one was pretty good. I'll give it credit. And we did end up with one of the best zones and one of the best music in the entire game with the Endwalker one. So I'm excited to see where this goes for sure. You think it's more the debt? It's real, but he keeps digging deeper because of his drinking along the lines of what Adam said. Yeah. They're married. One of our calculated the lore is that the original debt is that he took on all her debts without telling her, and now I think nobody remembers the truth. Right. With the smithy up and running, it's high time you started earning your keep. Listen here, do you really think I'm going to sully me hammer and tongs knocking out work any village smith with half a brain could handle? No, nothing less than nigh impossible feats of genius stroke me fire these days. Says the impudent saw who drank the old dry, racking up more debt in the process. You're hardly in a position to dictate terms, though it does seem daft to fork over eye-watering sums to Eorzea's finest weaponsmith, only to have him forge in plain old swords and shields. Any ideas, adventurer? Yes. Time sink. It's not quite my field of expertise. I'm sure Eorzea's finest weaponsmith has his own ideas. Endwalker Gather was secret MSQ. It was. He does, as a matter of fact, devising a new means of refining weapons and armor. Armor? I couldn't help notice all the aether permeating the place. Reckon I'll tap into that somehow. Armor? Of course, I'll need raw materials. Some magic warped ore from the Isle should do just the trick. If it's ores you're after, our surveyors will soon be conducting a preliminary excavation. Is that all you need to start? Hardly. If that were the case, any old fool could do the job. Magical properties can be fleeting and elusive without a means to properly harness the ether. There's every chance the ore degrade in the process. So you'll be requiring something else besides raw materials. Any inkling as to what that might be? Sometimes a foul beastie in the throes of death will leave behind a crystallized chunk of their life essence. I've used this stuff in the past, and while it ain't exactly common, I'd wager you'll find... Yeah, you hear that? The Atmas aren't all that common. I'd wager you'll find it on this bastard rock. Not that it's unique to the island, mind. I'm sure you'll find it elsewhere, too. Does this mysterious crystal have a name? Indeed it does. Demi-Atmas. Fuck you. Yeah, no, they... Eat my ass, developers. You knew what you were doing with that one. That's your shit. Same, Ali. Honestly, Demi-Atmas. Thanks for providing the spark our weaponsmith needed. Looks like he's committed to fulfilling the contract duties at the very least. Say, how'd you feel about handling the fiend felling part of the gambit? While you're out acquiring Demi-Atma, I'll see how amenable Gerald is to helping around the smithy. I reckon that's a reasonable division of labor. That expression. It's about right. Demi-Atma can be obtained from fates and critical encounters in the called Crescent Southhorn. It can also be obtained from fates in other regions. The regions are Utkopacha, Kozamauka, Yaktel, Shaolani, Heritage Found, and Living Regacha. So, fates. Alright. Wish they'd, you know what? This time, next fucking expansion, I'm not doing the shared fate grind until this shit comes out. I'm waiting a year to do my fates, because I ground this out in the first. Granted, it was very easy, and we did it in very short sessions to get our shared fates done. But still, what's this? Why is it red? So I need to bring. Let's see. So I need to loot a Demi-Atma before I can even begin the quest. It's been so much longer than a year. Yeah, you know. I need to get my shared fates done for Dawn Trail. You're smarter than I am, Ali. I rushed it. I rushed it and we got it done. And it was fine. We needed to get it done anyway. Welcome back, Beta. Beta, they brought back Atmas. We need to collect Atmas for monsters. We need Atmas. Beta, are you going to resub for Atmas? Where is that shit? Fuck this whole... Alright, it seems that we've unlocked things. You need to get 3 of each. Gotcha. But where did it say that? Oh, I guess deliver the... Alright, where do you... Oh, right, because the quest is already there. You gotta... Deliver the quest. Okay, cool. 3 pieces of 6 unique varieties are required. 3 pieces of 6 unique, okay. Okay, that's right. Is that Thailander called crispy chicken? Thailander representation. You'd love to see it. There's any. I hope not, Ali. I hope that's just the first step. You know the Endwalker relic? No, never Endwalker. The previous one was just a bunch of bullshit in between small segments of Bozia. I hope it's like that because I don't want to gather that many Atmas. No, I don't want to gather that many Atmas. It's similar to... Wasn't Heaven's... No. Which one was it? There was a relic that had you go out and farm fates, and it's 2 crystals for each zone, essentially. It's just fun because the first step of Bozia was 60 of those damn triangles. Yeah. Doesn't look very crisp. Heaven's Ward? Yeah, it was post Heaven's Ward. Yeah, no, it was Heaven's Ward because he turned in the original one to get the Heaven's Ward one. Or you had to do the fates. So yeah, you're right, Brayden. Alright, fuck it. Let's say to Franco. I'm tired. I'm going to get some little bit of rest. Again, the fatigue comes and it goes. And right now it's kind of high. Again, if you're not already following Psyche, she'll be back likely on Thursday at 7 a.m. Eastern. Sorry to end an hour early, but I'm tired. And Franco's hilarious. Go say hi to him. You'll enjoy him a lot. He's currently in the Oxycontin Crescent. I'll be back in 4 hours for some Clair Obscure Expedition 33. So we'll continue that for sure. That is a threat. I'm gonna nap. So wait, Franco's is in subscriber only chat. Got it. Well, follower or subscriber only chat. Go say hi. He's a cool dude. You enjoy him, and we'll see you back here in 4 hours for some Expedition 33. Bye. Enjoy the oxycodone Crescent and get those levels.